For the first time since the COVID pandemic began, Region 16 in Amarillo hosted its annual SPED camp in person. Teachers and counselors from across the Texas Panhandle attended the two-day camp. Who visited President Biden's personal home or his former private office? That's what some lawmakers and possibly a special counsel is looking into tonight as Biden's documents drama continues. As a record number of people cross into the United States, the financial impact of caring for the migrants can be straining for state and local governments. The White House has been warning about this surge for weeks, but the reality is that it is still too soon to say exactly how big the surge has been and how long it'll last. With lots of excitement and hype around the strong matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and Kansas City Chiefs in the highly anticipated halftime show that I am very excited about from the icon herself, Rihanna. Who are you going for, DJ, in the Super Bowl?
Mahomes went to Texas. I'm going for the Chiefs.
All right. I'm going for nobody. What better way to bring in Christmas than winning the Mega Millions jackpot? Well, no one will be bringing in tomorrow with that win because there were no jackpot winners in Friday night's lottery drawing. So, Joe, please tell me when the wind speeds will die down, because getting out of my car to come to work here, I got dirt in my mouth.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I've never heard of a water spaniel, but it sounds cute, okay?
Yep, and I love seeing all the photos on Facebook today. Just keep it coming. If you could just send us all of your dog photos, that would be great.
Dogs. Okay,
yes,
no,
dogs.
You can sing your cats. Officials say the loud sound came from U.S. fighter jets that were traveling at supersonic speed to catch up with a civilian jet that had entered restricted airspace near the U.S. Capitol. 33 states and Washington, D.C. have a live legal sports betting market, but with more access, there are more concerns. This as California officials accused DeSantis of doing the same thing by sending flights of migrants to Sacramento over this past weekend. New tonight, the push for a shorter work week. The plan is taking shape around the world, but whether there's promise it could become the standard in the U.S. is another story. The West Texas A&M drag show at the center of a federal lawsuit will be held tonight in Amarillo. ABC 7's Trayvon Gay spoke with one of the organizers and joins us live from Sam Houston Park. Trayvon? Attorneys representing family members of Jordan Neely, a homeless man who was choked to death on a New York City subway 2 weeks ago, say they want the charge against Daniel Penny upgraded from manslaughter to murder.
Who are we to look at someone and say they were houseless, so they must be a bad person?
24-year-old Penny is a Marine veteran who used a fatal chokehold on Neely. Witnesses say Neely, who was known to police as a homeless individual, was shouting at passengers and begging for money. Penny's lawyers say he was threatening other passengers and that Penny was acting in self-defense. Along those lines, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is voicing support for Penny by tweeting, "We stand with Good Samaritans like Daniel Penny. Let's show this Marine America's got his back." DeSantis also took aim at what he calls, quote, Soros-funded DAs and the left's pro-criminal agenda. The governor's tweet includes a link to a legal defense fund for Penny. Bells chimed in Buffalo, New York today to mourn the lives lost during last year's mass shooting at a supermarket. Those bells rang exactly at 2:28 p.m., marking the same time the 18-year-old gunman entered the Tops supermarket with an AR-15 style rifle, killing 10 and injuring 3 others. Yes, the city of Amarillo has seen up to 6 inches of rainfall within the past week, flooding streets and turning well-known parks like the one behind me into mini lakes. But the city of Amarillo was not the only place that was impacted by these storms. The Canadian River in Valle de Oro has expanded over the past week due to a 1 in 500-year rain event that fell south of San Juan, New Mexico.
Well, I wasn't expecting to see the river right here in my backyard, but here it is. We already have water here. If it rains more, what's going to happen with the areas that are already flooded? I mean, how far is that water going to extend?
This massive storm poured down 10 inches of rain in less than 12 hours, causing the river to rise to 9 feet. Valle de Oro residents are now concerned with what will happen to the land they call home.
So far, we're looking at about 5 or 6 houses that have been evacuated, including cattle, their cattle being moved out. So, I mean, which other houses are going to be impacted by this?
Here you can see some area drone photos provided by the Thomas family that illustrates just how widespread the flooding has become, with water running right up to some homes and mere feet away from others.
We need to get some more help out here at Valle de Oro, honestly. I mean, stuff like this has been happening, you know, for a while, and it looks like nobody cares about it, but we never thought it was going to happen. And I mean, but here we are. It happened.
In Valle de Oro, Ashley Johnson, ABC 7 News.